who is the former leader of the Citizens Coalition for Change, is seemingly distancing himself from supporting the Blessed Geza revolution, in my view, by his recent Twitter or X post, whereby he says people should derive lessons from what happened in 2017. And the mind boggling question is this a good decision to be taken by Nelson Chamisa, especially in not supporting Blessed Geza revolution? Will that have an impact on the revolution of Blessed Geza? Or on the political career of Nelson Chamisa. These and more would be discussed on this live broadcast. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. Before I talk about that, let me just read what Nelson Chamisa has just posted about an hour ago. He wrote as follows: a lasting solution for Zimbabwe. A lasting solution starts with truth. Ignoring the 2023 stolen election is ignoring the root of our crisis. So according to Nelson Chamisa, the crisis is the 2023 stolen elections. But someone may say elections were stolen before that, way before that. Elections remains a very, very critical issue in Zimbabwe. It's not just the 2023 elections. Anything that does not address the 2023 stolen election is a fraud and a waste of time. So I will show you why I am of the opinion he is suggesting that people should not support the Blessed Geza revolution. Corruption, capture, suffering, they are symptoms of a disputed mandate and a contested government. Let's treat the cause, not the symptoms. We are the solution. Let's fix what's killing us. One people, new great Zimbabwe. And then someone says you need to call your followers to participate in the march. Putting a poster of Blessed Geza. Then he says 2017 taught us a big lesson. Maybe before I will read, before I say anything, let me read how people commented. There's Anton Chingando. He says, is it possible to remove a coup government through elections? Please be honest. Someone says, it did, and the question is, what did we learn from it? So we correct the mistakes and still take action. 2017, people did not know what exactly they were marching for. At the time, it was just merely about removing God, and the people got blindsided. But to neglect or seemingly dissuade people from this march would be dereliction of civic duty. For now, people want no to 2030. I think constitutionally it would be good for the country for people to express that. Someone says, anyone who has a strategy to stop Zukananga and ED must be supported, unless if it's okay to postpone elections to year 20 donkeys. Concerning the stolen election, what are you doing about it? Was it not a constitutional right to have protest, protest against it at that time? So these are people comment. Now let me come. I think I will also borrow to some of the things that people said. Of course, we agree with Nelson Chamisa that the 2023 elections were stolen, but the question is, are there measures to address that at the moment with an individual like Emerson Tambuzo Mnangagwa? He did not only steal elections, he went after his party, destroyed his party. Now there is no opposition. We can say there is one party state within ZANU-PF. And it is public knowledge and common cause. There is no SADC that is going to assist Zimbabwe unless Zimbabweans stands for themselves and fight against the current status quo. There is absolutely no messiah from anywhere, no Donald Trump, no United Nations. The people of Zimbabwe have been suffering for many years, and no one has actually come to the aid of the people of Zimbabwe. It has been the promise of change. I think if since the days of Morgan Tsvangirai, elections have been rigged. It's not starting in 2023. In 2018, elections were rigged. Nelson Chamisa promised that everything was going to be well. He came in 2023. They rigged the elections. He has been promising a new great Zimbabwe, but for how long? Now Mnangagwa is talking about suspending 2028 elections. He is talking about 2030. He is even talking about 2035. There is no, civilian political party at the moment, in my view, that can actually stop Mnangagwa. Now, the most important thing at the moment is to stop the 2030 mantra. And also is saying in 2017 they learned lesson. Let me come to that. Now, if you go to 2017, there were many stakeholders apart from the opposition. There was the opposition, there were war veterans, there was the military, there was the people of Zimbabwe. Now, if you look, Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa was actually rescued by the military. He did not only rebel against the opposition, he also did so against the military. How many military generals have died since 2017? Underground. Today they are burying another military general. I'm telling you, it is not in isolation. There has been, mass burials of the military generals, sometimes buried two buried in a single day. And the number is alarming. And these are military generals that stood to remove Robert Gabriel Mugabe. And Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa was brought in. He has betrayed them. Not only that, Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa has also betrayed the men who actually put together all the military to defend, to remove Robert Gabriel Mugabe, brought Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa back into the country. He is the man actually who took him outside the country, protected him, removed Robert Gabriel Mugabe, brought Mnangagwa back. And not only that, the war veterans also participated. They were demonstrating. Individuals such as Blessed Geza were part of the war veterans that were demonstrating against the fierce Robert Gabriel Mugabe, risking their lives. Some of them on national TV exposing Robert Gabriel Mugabe. And Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa betrayed all these people in ZANU-PF. They were speaking about corruption. Retired General Chwengo was speaking about corruption with the military, removing Robert Gabriel Mugabe. Equally so, the war veterans, this was their cry. What did Mnangagwa do when he came into power? He betrayed all this. He is the chief corrupter when it comes to corruption in Zimbabwe. So he did not only disappoint CCC. It was not CCC alone, which was disappointed in 2017. But now the question is, so should we let Mnangagwa to continue creating the Mafidi dynasty because people were disappointed before? Or it is the high time people unite again? This time around, define the struggle, what people are fighting for, so that whoever takes over this time around has the template of what people need, not what happened before. People just supported because there was military tanks on the streets. Everyone just got on the streets. There was a promise of a better Zimbabwe. Everyone, except me, I was, especially Mnangagwa, I think I will raise up my hand. I'm one of the persons who exposed, when I heard that he was planning to take over from Mugabe, I'm one of the people who saw nothing really that could work with that guy. I think I even wrote a very, very long article justifying the reasons. And it is exactly what is happening at the moment. I think it was published by Bulawayo 24 then, whereby I characterized Mnangagwa as a chameleon rather than actually a crocodile. By then they were saying he is a crocodile within ZANU-PF in the Alacoste faction. So, in my view, now, okay, let's say people don't protest, because these protests, I believe, they can put pressure to stop Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. They can stop 2030, because the current people who are fighting against Mnangagwa, they are promising that they want to restore constitutionalism. They are protecting constitutional, mutilation. They are also saying we are fighting against the state capture. They are also saying we are fighting against corruption. They are also saying we are fighting against freezing elections up to 2035. Now, Nelson Chamisa is an opposition politician. Elections were stolen from him in 2023. Elections were stolen from him in 2023. And then not only that, his political party was taken away. And you cannot only blame Sengezo Chabangu in that regard. It was Mnangagwa. Sengezo Chabangu was owned by Zwikananda, and Mnangagwa, they took away his political party. That is factual. But now, why? Because Nelson Chamisa trusts in the processes, fielding candidates. He trusts in I've never seen a demonstration that was impactful, especially during his leadership, except to go and clear, and then if they allow him, he does that, rallies, that is the same playbook they have been doing, and then take away his party. He just writes statements and it ends there until he quitted his political party. Now, there is high probability Mnangagwa wants to use his MPs in parliament to actually push for 2030, and most of them have been paid money. They are promised job up to 2035, and they have actually bought into the idea. Now, if we don't say, okay, at the moment, let's work with these war veterans to stop constitutional mutilation, to stop the current immediate crisis. Now, the honest truth is that we are going to see Mnangagwa winning if we do that. So, but what I have realized, I think he's making a serious miscalculation because according to Mnangagwa faction, they have been giving this impression that Nelson Chamisa was paid money to be doing the things he is doing at the moment, and that will give life to such utterances, in my view. Because I see most of his supporters are supporting the Blessed Geza revolution. They are supporting as well as campaigning for the Blessed Geza revolution. It's not because people have decided to join ZANU-PF. No. People see that, okay, and Blessed Geza revolution, it is not war veterans. It is not this ZANU-PF of Mnangagwa. It is people who are promising reform. That is what they are promising. And guess what? If they are cheating us, we will post when they are having power. We will still do what we are doing at the moment. But now, at least there would be a win in terms of elections would not be postponed. That is my take. Elections would not, because now if you don't support what is happening on the 17th of October, there is high probability constitution may be mutilated. There is high probability political parties may be totally banned in Zimbabwe. by Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. He is the most ruthless person. There is high probability a dynasty may be created in Zimbabwe. So now it's a matter of supporting a better devil rather than just sitting and folding your hands. So I think it's a serious political miscalculation for Nelson Chamisa not to participate in this process. This was the time for him to participate. This was the time for him to actually be part of the process. And this was the time for him to actually sit down with these guys, negotiate. Guys, this is what we want. This is our interest. Also, as the opposition political party, assisting you at this critical moment. This is what we want. This is the country we envisage. This is what we must do going into the future. Because, frankly speaking, Zimbabwe is a military state at the moment. I mean, as long as Chamisa does not work on creating relations with the military, with the war veterans, then he will actually, it will take forever. It will be a matter of actually promises, against promises. So anyway, anyone has it's his choice. It's a democratic choice. But in my view, I'm of the firm of opinion. People have embraced 17 October 2025, and people are supporting it in large numbers, including the supporters of Nelson Chamisa. So whether he participates in the process or not, I think it would not have that much of an impact. The people are supporting any move against preventing 2030 or rather 2035. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Umhlabane is signing off. I recorded a long video.